Mic check. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. By his grace. By his grace, Luke. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. 2,000 years ago, he died on a cross so he could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took him on a mountain top, and offered him every kingdom he would not stop. He said, Son of man, worship me, come over, bend your knee. I said, I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. Surrounded himself with 12 good men, disciples is what we called them. There was Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, and they told the story after he was gone, how he was born and raised. It only took 3 days. In his name we are saved, but only by his grace. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. Nung 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 nung. This one goes out to all you natural girls, because no one sings about you lot. Y'all sing about blokes. On the day you were born, God looked down at the place you lay. He took a deep breath and he blew, and those clouds he blew them away. Heaven and earth he built, it took him just 6 days. Took him twice as long to make that smile for your beautiful face. He said, I said, cause you're a natural girl. Tra la 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 la. Sent a letter to Cadbury's, they made a recipe for your eyes. Took the twinkles from the stars, place them inside both your eyes. For me, for me, for me. Cause you're a natural, actual girl. Tra la 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 la. I'll work for days, toil for hours and hours, just to pay for your dress, all your wedding flowers, and your dress will be made from the finest silk threads. It will fluster the priest and turn every man's head as you race the aisle with those curves and that smile, that smile. Cause you're a natural girl. Natural curves. And your veil will be handmade by nymphs. They blushed at your beauty when they caught a glimpse. Your legs, your arms, your feminine charms, those charms. Cause you're a natural, actual girl. With natural curves. Someone send a message to my father up above. Tell him I found this girl, the one I truly love, the one that he sent down from heaven up above. She fits me just like a glove. Cause you're a natural, actual girl. Tra la 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 la. Climbed walls and climbed the highest steeple. The top of my voice I sing to all the people. Found this girl, I love the one from above. Cause you are a natural girl. Yeah. Tra la 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 la. natural, actual girl. Bink. How y'all doing? Do you have a nice day on a non-spinning stationary flat plane? Shout out to Marge if you're listening. You like the music, Marge? You didn't know I could sing as well, did you? Well, I'll try. Henley, if you're listening. It's nice to meet somebody on the same page as me. Good evening, Annabelle. Hello, Annabelle. How you doing, darling? Dutch girls, you are beautiful. Hope you had a nice day on a non-spinning stationary flat plane. Let's sing one for all the secret agents, shall we? This one goes out to all you internet trolls, you military trolls, you you guys that are actually dolls. Eat my shorts. That's not the right song. That is. There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move that he makes, there's another chance he takes. Odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. You won't flip-flop me tomorrow. To all the fake astronauts pretending to fly around on green screen. Secret agent. To all the fake scientists like Wernher von Braun who never went anywhere but Earth. Secret agent man. They've given you a facelift, double mastectomy. To all the porn stars. Beware of pretty faces that you find. Pretty face can hide an evil mind. Oh, be careful what you say. You'll give yourself away. You'll know them by their fruits. Jesus Christ. Amen. Odds are you won't flip-flop me tomorrow. To all the fake popes, fake pastors, fake imams, all around the world in all those different religions, go yourselves. Secret agent man. They've given you a facelift, a double mastectomy. Swinging on the Riviera one day, lying on the Bombay of the next day. Oh, don't let the wrong word slip when you're kissing those flip-flop lips. Hock. Shout out to Hayley Welch. Walsh, whatever. Odds are you won't flip-flop me tomorrow. To the hot girl who's actually a boy. I like to get down. I like to go hock. Right on it. Secret agent man. They're giving you a facelift. They invaded your dick. That goes out to all you fake porn stars, Lily Blue, Bonnie Phillips, whatever your names are. I don't care. I said, son, I'm 30. I only went with your mother 'cause she's dirty. And I don't have just what you see. Yeah. I see it so I take it freely. On all the bad, piss, ugly things that you feed me. I never held or give to the needy. So come on and see me. I say yippee yippee yah yah yay. I had to crucify some glober today, 'cause I don't dig what they got to say. So come on and say it. Come on, tell me twice. I said, Dad, you're a shabby. You run around and you groove like a baggy. You're only here just out of habit. Well, what's mine? You might as well have it. You take 10 feet back and then stab it, spray it on and tag it. So sack on me, I can't stand the need. Get around here looking for feelings. I say yippee yippee yah yah yay. I had to crucify this glober today, 'cause I don't dig what he has to say. So come on and say it. Tell me twice. I say yippee yippee yah yah yay. Happy Mondays. Happy Mondays. Kinky Afro, yeah. I just like that. And Step on You. He's gonna step on you again. He talks so hip, you twisted my mellow, man. I used to think it was melon. It might be melon. I don't know. Maybe it is melon. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I want to drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, find it kind of sad. Dreams in which I'm dying, the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Isn't that right, Henley? A mad world. We just had 10 minutes of Henley in the park, and he was already on the page that he was living in a mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school when I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me, what's my lesson? Forensic anthropology, telling you right now. And I find it kinda funny, find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying, the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. I wish I'd learned to pick guitar properly. Race does beautifully. I can only do that. Still sounds nice though, doesn't it? Makes me sound like a professional guitar player. Yes, I'm a professional guitar player. Oh. Do. You like the way I sing it? I think it's because I'm a real man. I think that's what it is. You're used to listening to an inverted voice singing. And although it sounds beautiful, doesn't it? A woman's voice still sounds beautiful. Some of the songs, like for example, Battle for Evermore, Led Zeppelin, it destroys me. Because I thought it was Robert Plant was a man, I thought, wow, how does he sing like that? I could never sing like that. You know, that falsetto. Ooh, I can't even get close to it. Top of my scale. I think maybe that's what it is. And the guitar is tuned to 432, not 430. So I give off a different resonance to most of the music you hear. I think that's the only answer I could give you for why it sounds that way. Let's play another one. There's a playlist, Greg. On my page. When you come to my own page, there's a playlist there. Forensic. I think it's under Forensics. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a playlist. Got 8 videos on it. For newbies. Gates, skulls, stairs, ding dongs, moon bumps. I'll post it when I've done the singing. I'll post it when I've done the singing. I hurt myself today just to see if I still feel. I focused on the pain, the only thing that's real. Needle tears the hole. The old familiar sting. Tried to kill it all, but I remember everything. What have I become? Sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. could have it all. My empire of dirt. I missed it again. I will let you down, oh baby. I will make you hurt. Ooh, quite like that. I didn't mean to do it. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts that I can't repair. Beneath the stains of time, those feelings, they disappear. You are someone else, but I am still right here. Where we're going? Oh yeah. What have I become? Ooh, my sweetest friend. Sweetest, not Swedish. Everyone I know goes away in the end. You could have it all. My empire of dirt. Didn't miss it that time, but I will let you down, oh baby. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself, and I would find a way. I'm putting on an iron shirt. I chase Satan out of earth. I'm putting on a shirt, chase the devil from earth. I said, move ya with your gun. Me left you with the bomb. I said, now move ya with your gun. Me left you with the bomb. Putting on a shirt, chase the devil from earth. I said, I'm putting on a shirt, chase the devil from earth. I said Satan is the evilest man, but him can choke sit on I man. When I check him a lasting hand, and when him slip a gun with him, and I'm putting on the iron shirt. I chase Satan out of earth. I'm putting on a shirt, chase the devil from earth. I said, move ya with your gun. You left me with a bomb. I said, now move ya with your gun. Left me with a bomb. I said, now send it into space to find another race. Him my feet drop his fork and run. Him can stand up to Jesus the Son. Him might be left you with him gone. I said, big up with this bomb. I'm putting on an iron shirt. I chase Satan out of earth. I'm putting on a shirt, chase the devil from earth. Go on, and I'm late. That one goes out to God. Let's put this guitar back. Get Doggy a biscuit. Hello, handsome. Is he gorgeous? Is he beautiful? Yes, he's gorgeous. He's my little boy, isn't he? Eh? Is he my little handsome? Is he my little handsome? You want a biscuit? Got a doggy biscuit. Want a bonio? There we go. There's my little Sherlock. Thank you. Thank you, Daddy. He's gorgeous. Oh, that's him gone. See you in 5 minutes then. Right, microphone, is it close enough? Can you hear me at the back? I'll bring it a little bit closer. There we go. Let's close Windows. That's gone. Let's open up this one and go straight into my channel, live stream. There it is, home. And we'll take that one. Copy, Twitter, tweet, and we're good to go. Paste. Son of man, and we're there. Lovely. Come back to class. I'm putting on an iron shirt. I chase Satan out of earth. There we go. Welcome, class. How you all doing? We had a nice day on the non-spinning stationary flat plane. Luke was first in class. How you doing, Luke? Alpha came second. How you doing, Alpha? MM. Cable, salam. Sylvia, hello. Nung Nung. Always raving off. Hello, Nung Nung. How you doing, mate? Trini, hello Trini. Judy Penman, how you doing, Judy? Judy. My mum's name's Judy. Alley up, come on, don't mess around. Alley up, come and sit with Daddy. Hurry up, come on. There you go. Right. Hello Annabelle, how you doing, darling? Just some dude, welcome. Son, welcome. Jennifer Sinner. I don't know what to call you, Sinner. It's not Sinner. It's got one N in it, not two. Hello, Jennifer. How you doing, darling? Rachel's here also. Hello, Rachel. How you doing? And Susanna. Hello, Susanna. I didn't say hello. Anna Susan's here. Hello, darling. How are you? And Tubbs. Did I say hello, Tubbs? Tubbs. Hello, Tubbs. If I didn't say hello, Tubbs. Oh, you had a nice day, guys. And Kerry. I don't know if that's Carrie or Kerry. Carrie. I'm going to go with Carrie. Hello, Carrie. Right. Okay. Right. Where was we going to start? Oh, yeah, I know where we was going to start. It came up in my feed. I've been looking at all serial killers and stuff, and I'll tell you what came up today. And the minute I started watching this doc... See, this is the thing. Let me hang on before we do. Every day we look at the human skeleton. Why? Because it's the most wonderful rabbit hole to go down. Once you can identify these two faces and the gates... Something changes in your worldview, in your perspective. It will literally change in an instant. Once the penny drops. Men have got bigger faces. They have rectangular, far apart eyes. Women have rounded, close set eyes. Smaller bridge on the nose look, as Marge called it earlier on. Bigger nose, bigger teeth, wider dental arch to match the far apart eyes. Narrow dental arch to match the close set eyes. Square jaw versus sloping jaw, pointed chin. A woman has a flat forehead. A man has a sloping forehead. The widest part on a woman's face is in the hairline. The widest part on a man's face is below the eyes. In general, we say it looks like a block, a square, a rectangle. Sometimes we say a cannonball because it's almost as wide as it is long. The woman's is nowhere near as wide as it is long. FTM walked into a bar. Bartender said, wide a long face. Wide a long face. because the 5 head is the widest part, so it pushes the face downward. Look, it's a visual thing. Excerpts of copyright material may, under circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission, form, or payment to a copyright holder, to the noddy holder. We're going to start with Anders Behring Breivik. That's the one I want. Right, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman.
Was there or wasn't there a woman?
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman?
It looks like the Jezebel. That copper
Fuzzy
looks
was a
like the
woman.
Jezebel. Flat Earth Jezebel look. Same face features. Let's go back. Straight away, it's a bald-headed woman. Something doesn't look right with this person, especially missing eyebrows. Look, images. The 5 head is a big tell. As soon as you see that 5 head, you know what it reminds me of? I'm seeing, especially in this one. Is it that one? No, the other one. Where was that? Was it that one? There's one. He looks like Prince William. Look at the deep philtrum. The philtrum is this groove down to the top lip. That's called the philtrum. Look how deep it is. Look at the Cupid's bow. It looks like a bow and arrow on the top lip. Men have thin lips. They have them reduced and they have the Cupid's bow cut out, but some of them don't. They don't all have the same surgeries. Otherwise, they'd all look very, very similar. But once you get used to looking at an FTM face, deep philtrum, Cupid's bow, soft eyes look, flat forehead, widest in the hairline, small, high set ears, rounded jawbone, no trachea, no Adam's apple, small dentures. Then you start to realise you're being done by the Knights Templar. You know what this is. It's a folded up pyramid. So as soon as I started watching this earlier on, look at those hips. Look at those female hips. She's looking right at his ass. Those two might be dudes, I don't know. But that's definitely a woman there. How do I know? Because she walks like a bitch, look. Kipper-footed. There's a great one. There it is. Game over. Anders Breivik, or whatever you call her. It's a woman. I remember when I was just a Flat Earth channel, and one of my ex-girlfriends was coming in, Suze. Hiya, Suze. And she went mental because we were talking about this being a psyop. Before I even knew about transvestigations and how to depict this. It's so simple for me now. Look at that shoulder tilt. The short arms hanging akimbo and the full mince. This giant policeman in front, look, with straight legs and a space between his feet is bothering me. This policewoman with a beard at the back is also bothering me. Can you see a common pattern here? Humans are good at picking up patterns. The pattern is that the 3 bearded dudes are all women, look, by the way they walk. And that policewoman is a man, look, due to the way he walks. It's all a show. It's a clown show for the clowns. And as hard as it is for you to accept that your best friends, your family, your mothers, your brothers, your fathers, your sisters, your cousins are all dingbats, mong chops, whatever you want to call them, divs, absolute divots, that they believe everything they see on TV. And I know it's hard for the brainwashing to come undone. We sound like the crazy people, but we did the research. They didn't. They just accepted what they got told, just like accepting that you're spinning on a ball. There's no proof of it. Show me the proof. My first Flat Earth proof was I'm not spinning. And then it opened up the door to water level and then God, in that order. Within, I don't know, 30 seconds, I was at God's doorstep. I was at the gates of heaven, in the living, crying like a little baby. Everything we see, especially these major stories, are just psyops. It's not just the serial killers, it's all of them. And this is no different. The idea is, the premise is this. When you was at school, they had a fire drill. And all the teachers, they'd set the fire alarms off. All the teachers would grab each student, count their heads, say their names, walk them out to a safe point in the playground. Then the fire engines would pull up, pretend to go into school, come back out, and then we'd all go back to class. Every year we had to do that. Just in case there was a fire, we all knew where to go and where to meet so that they could count heads. Sensibility, right? It's like putting the fuel storage for a car at the back of the car. You won't put it underneath the children's seats. You won't put it underneath the driver's seat. And you definitely won't put it underneath your wife or husband's seat. So you'd put it at the back away from you all. It's the same premise. It's safety. So now take that premise of a fire drill at school and let's do it as a lunatic on an island. Well, it wasn't. Let me bring it up. First of all, he bombed a place. She bombed the place. Well, it's for me, it's just like the Timothy McVeigh or whoever it is in America. It's the same thing. It was a government building. It's a government plan. It's a government fire drill or a bombing drill in this case. It was a bombing shooting drill, this one. So look how close together here eyes are. Same with that one, lot. Look, the man who went on a mission to kill the police is a woman, lot. It's definitely a woman. Big bodybuilder. No, it's a woman on T. That one there, close, that's a woman. Why did this man go on a stabbing spree in New York? Again, I see another woman. David Mitchell, look, close set eyes. This one, they've all got these close set eyes. So this is the actual thing that came up. This came up when I started watching it earlier on. The man who murdered 77 people, which isn't, well, it is true, but he did 8 in the bombing, which is where this is. And then he if you know anything about the story, he went over to an island where a load of, it was like a spring camp, summer camp, with a load of he was dressed as a policeman, pretending to protect them. And when he got there, he opened up fire on them all. So, firstly, it's all caca poo-poo. Absolute nonsense, right? So anybody who wants to get upset with me, like Susie got upset with me for saying this was a psyop. Before I knew any of this, I knew it was a psyop. All these things that they show us are psyops. But I didn't know how to show you that these people were psyoped. Everyone says, what's the word? Crisis actors. That's what they are, crisis. They cause a crisis, but they're all actors. There's no crisis. But then they make up new laws over a fake crisis. That's the premise behind it. So, before I could do this, I knew it was a psyop. But I couldn't. Now, it's just literally seconds looking at this picture and I'm done. Woman, bearded woman, bloke. Bloke with boobs. Due to the straight legs. The only one walking straight out of those 4 is that man there. So when you hear me giggling and laughing at this stuff, I'm laughing at it's a joke. It's not real. That's why I can giggle and laugh at it. I'm one of the most sensitive people in the world, I think. Dolphins! But I wouldn't, if I thought this was real or even had an inkling that it was real, I wouldn't be able to laugh and giggle about it. You know what I mean? This is not real. I can look at a skeleton and I can tell you whether that person's a liar or not. And this person is a liar. Crisis actor or not, it's a liar. Firstly, it's a liar. The core identity is female. Same with the police women. It'll be the judge, the prosecution, they're all in on it. It's just a clown show. None of it's real. And then they get here doing these poses and all of this in front of all these fake policemen in a fake... It literally looks like they're doing that on a school courtroom. Inside a... It looks like a basketball court or something. What is that? Is that really a court? And we're done again. Look at the state of this. Major problems all over the shop, look. That one looks like Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips. Obviously a woman. Another woman here. And that one, is that the same one that I said was a bloke here? He's just crossing his legs over because his legs are straight there, look. That's why he looks like Bonnie Blue to me. Look how long these arms are. But yet, the so-called men lot, all there stop at the crotch. These arms and hands pass the crotch, look. Long armed, straight-armed man I'm seeing. And a suit that don't fit. None of them can get clothes that fit them, look. Do you know who he reminds me of? Julian, is it Julian Sands? What do they call that? The one with the blonde hair. Julian, Yeah, it's Julian. I can't remember her name. I don't care. Another psyop. But we're looking at a woman. Anyway, back to the video. I'm looking at the video, and this comes up. This was, what are we in? We're literally 3 minutes, 40 seconds in about there. Right? We'll go back. Just, is that far enough? Yeah, just about. Turn the sound off. Excerpts of copyright material may, under circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as news reporting, criticism, teaching, and research. That's what this is, teaching. So, I'm watching this. Anders, before he went on the shooting spree, she went on the fake shooting spree, blew up this government building. I was in awe. I was like, I don't remember him reporting that he blew up a building. I just remember the shootings from the news. I do not remember this at all. It was like Mandela effect. But that's what they play on you misremembering something rather than, like, I don't remember this. So when they showed me, it was like, well, did that happen? But anyway, this witness starts talking. And he's like, I was in my shop. He's in Norway. I'm doing an American I'm doing a redneck accent for him. He lives in Norway. I was in my shop when all the windows got blown out and there was a big sound. I thought there was a thunderstorm. That's what he says. And then it shows you the witness walking. Let me turn eye quality up first. Oh, there isn't one. That's strange. Usually there's a... That must be on its highest quality. Playback speed. 25%. Let's play it back slowly. So there it is. Obviously, this was a big explosion. Again, a bombing drill is what I see. There's no people anywhere. Apparently, the government building was empty. This guy says... This person... He's about to appear here. He's just behind this blurred wall. This person's talking. He's saying, I went through all the buildings nearby and I was looking for everybody in the offices. I couldn't find nobody in the offices, but luckily it was the summer holidays and everybody was not at work. So all the offices were empty. That's what I heard. And I was just sat here giggling to myself, right? Just on the explanation why only eight people died here. So if you take 8 off the 70, well, 77's Masonic anyway. The 77th Battalion. You take 8 off that and you're left with 69. That's as above, so below. A 6 is a 9. Remember the perspective. Perspective. 6, 9. Remember that? As above, so below. So that was like, the witness goes, I looked through all the offices, I didn't find no dead bodies, but there were dead bodies everywhere. If there were dead bodies everywhere, how can only 8 people be dead? If the building was filled with people, I'd expect dead bodies everywhere. But this person's like, there were dead bodies everywhere. I'm bearing in mind, what are we? We're 3 minutes, almost 333, look, into this film. When I'm hearing this... I was making a meme, so when I'm doing my memes, I like to listen to these in the background. When I hear something that catches my attention, I flick to the screen and rewind it or whatever and watch it. So I'm listening to it, and I went through all the offices, nobody died. And then I could hear him walking in the film, and I thought, right, let's go look at the witness. Now, you're all students of mine. I've taught you how to do this properly. This is the witness in slow motion. Ready? Flamingo, rotation of the hip, diamond, arms akimbo, tilted shoulder. You do see this arm angled away and this one angled away from the female hips, right? Because that's the widest part. Women can't walk straight. They create this diamond in their legs because their knees have to separate. Even under a dress or a coat, you can still see it. Are you seeing it? I don't walk like that. I walk with straight legs. I don't create diamonds. I don't have a flamingo foot. My knees and feet stay forward at 6 o'clock. They do not angle out towards 8 or 4 o'clock. And that's just one witness. When I go through any of these stories, I find these problems. The minute they give me gates, it's game over. Even if you don't believe what I'm saying about the faces. And this continued all the way through this as I'm watching more and more witnesses. I don't know how far through I got on this. I was quite enjoying it, actually, picking them all apart. Another one here, a survivor. Oh, that's Anders Breivik there after he parked the van up. Do you know what he looks like there? I'm seeing a lesbian. I can't think who it is. But I'm seeing a really pretty girl. A pretty Norwegian girl. Right there, I see a pretty Norwegian girl. Scandinavian looking girl. I wish they all could be Scandinavian girls. Anders Breivik. Where's the footage of him walking? There it is. We might have to, hang on, I can pull this up. Oh no, that is it. Right there. Bink. It's only a few screens long. But here. Broken leg, female Bigfoot look. Dressed as a policeman. Play. Oh, it is playing. Why is that not moving? Oh, maybe that's a pause section. But it does show you Anders Breivik. He parked a white van up, blew the building up, and then walks away dressed as a policeman. And then she goes off. Anyway, nice Templar cross there. Skull and bones. That's what I want to show you there. Let's go back to Anders Breivik. Now, you've just seen that the witnesses, well, one of the witnesses, I'm telling you it's all of them, they're all in on it, including the police, including the judge, including the prosecution. That's the only way this fairy tale works, is if all of them are in on it. That way nobody goes off track. If everybody's practicing the same religion, Satanism, which they all are, lying to the general public, which they all are, then you can't go, they're not going to have a mishap. The only times you get these Julian, what was his name? Julian Sands, I can't, whistleblowers. Snowden's another one. Both of them are women, and it's the same thing. That they're allowing the information out. Satan's, the Satanic Bible, written by Anton LaVey, or whoever it was, Crowley, quite clearly states that everything has to be a lie. Everything we believe has to be a lie. We have to do everything backwards. And everything we believe has to be backwards. So the earth's flat, but we believe it's a ball. Heaven's not there, we believe in space. It's the exact opposite. Anders Breivik. So the whole story with the chin strap. Look at this chin strap beard. I can't stand them. There's no brow bone look. Vertical forehead. Widest in the hairline. High set ears. Same problem with this cone head at the back look. She's got a flat forehead as well by the look of it. It's all lies. He looks like someone there, and I can't think who it is. I hate it when that happens, because it's usually Julian Assange. Thank you, Southern Sierra. Assange. Sands. I can't remember it. I'm getting old, I swear down. Right, so Julian Assange. Spitting him, I think they look quite similar. She's a bit chubbier. Julian Assange. But she has that Scandinavian look to her, doesn't she? Really small face on this one. Right, which picture is that one? Look how small that triangle is. Forget the face, just look how small the triangle is. And look how small the face is compared to the skull. And that only happens with this one. Because a man's face is spread out. He has a short forehead. This one's got a big, wide forehead. Julian Assange walking. I'll do it real quick for you. That's right. Images. And we're done right there. Game over. Julian Assange a bitch. Is that Julian Assange? Yeah. Walking across the lawn at Ellingham Hall. These are the houses that they live in. Halls. They live in halls. We live in 2 and 3 bedroom hamster boxes. and they live the high life, Satan's life. But I'll tell you, you can stick that house and everything that comes with it right up your jacksie. I'll stick with my hamster box. I'll sit with my turmoil and my grief and my sin. I'll sit with that. I'll sooner have that than be part of this world, be part of this game. Jesus said I'd hate this world and it would hate me because I am not of it. And I'm truly not. It appalls me that my best friends and family are part of it and they like it and they embrace it and they enjoy it. They enjoy their slavery. They enjoy their lies. They will not tell their children there's a chance that the earth's flat. They won't tell their children there's a chance that space doesn't exist. There's a chance that your prime minister is a woman, not a man. You don't want your children to know the truth. You see, if you value the truth, it shows. That's why Jesus said you'll know them by their fruits. If you value truth. I know that there are only 2 skeletons in this world due to the facts of forensic anthropology. There are only 2 skeletons in the world. That means there are only 2 genders, boys or girls. Mr. Rogers explained this when we was younger. Boys are boys and girls are girls. Everything else is a mental illness, and I'm not taking part in it. If your freedom and happiness, you want to change your looks and you want to do that to yourself, that's fine. But if you want to read stories to my child at story time, you got no chance. You're getting a big middle finger. What the first question is, why do you want to read to children dressed like that? That's my first question. As a living soul, as a man, what possesses you? Why can't you? What is it about children that you want to affect in minds? Because they're influenced by influences. And that's why the world is falling apart, because all these influences are all coming out the woodworks and changing themselves and doing this to themselves. All their fans want to follow suit. And adults have become so numbed by the circus that they're all right with it. If Horatio turned around to me and said, Dad, I've changed my mind, I'm not a boy, I'd know that I've failed as a father. I have. Absolutely failed him. Because I didn't give him a brain to think for himself. I let someone hijack his thoughts and his mind, because that's what's happening. If you're an adult and you want to do this of your own free will and you haven't been influenced, your freedom, your happiness, your pursuit of happiness, go with it. But don't ask me to join in your cosplay. That's the way I look at it. When I meet God and he says to me, you took part in the wickedness, Peter. Why did I? Because you okayed this with children. You said it was okay in story time and all this. I'm not having God say that to me. And I'm certainly not having him say to me, you knew this was a man with boobs, but you pretended and you kissed him. You had sex with him. That's never going to happen, God. Never, ever, ever. It might have happened in the past, but it's never going to happen now I'm trained in skeletals and forensics. It's never going to happen. Like when I spoke to Henley earlier on, he understood it straight away. If you're listening, Henley, because I know you sub to the channel, study my training videos. Where are they? Let me bring them up for you. That's the right one, isn't it? That's the right one. There it is. Subscriptions, blah, blah, blah. Where's my playlist? There, look, playlists. You go to the playlist, and right there are training videos, look. Sometimes I wonder how good a student you actually are. Annie Taff! Hello, Annie Taff. How are you doing, sweetie? Paste. There you go. Influenzas. Oh, I didn't see you come in chat. You didn't say hello, did you? No, you just ignored me, Annie. Screw you, Annie. Right, so there you go. There's a training list for all of you. As you progress and learn with forensics, you don't need these training videos. If you don't understand them straight away, watch the video again and again. Watch me and look. I should show this anyway, because people say that the skulls don't work This is, I think this is Sean's. Yeah, it is Sean's. There's the female skull on a female skull. There's the male skull on a male skull. And that jaw does not do justice to the square jaw of a man's face compared to the sloping jaw of a woman's. That skull does not do justice to it. It does it. But the eye sockets fit perfectly. Look. Men have, look how deep this hole is here. It's called optical orbit. The veins that connect to the eye, which is bigger on a man, the pupils and eyes of women are bigger, but the actual eyeball of a man is bigger because he's got a wider opening. Look. The optical orbits are bigger, and so are these holes at the back that allow all the veins into the eyes. The woman's is much tighter and smaller. Everything's smaller. The bridge of the nose, look, is smaller on a woman than it is on a man. These are the never trust a man whose eyes are too close together. What she was talking about was the bridge of the nose. It's tiny. Women have a small bridge in the nose. It keeps their eyes together. And when someone starts doing it wrong, you see, we don't need the skulls. We can just see that that's an egghead. Once you've done this for long enough, you'll just see that an egghead, the small triangle. You just be able to do, you won't need the skull. You'll just see that skull. Skull training. There are people out there that want to do it wrong, but I'll tell you now, once you can do this, you will know the female sloping jaw, pointed chin, versus the male diesel jaw. The blockhead versus the egghead, widest in the hairline. Once you can do this for yourself, which is what I'm here to teach you, to do it for yourself, so that any teacher that you then go to, if they're lying to you, you'll be onto them, right? If they're telling you it's not all of them, that's a liar. Your teacher's a liar. Anybody who tells you it's not all of them, or it's just some of them, is a government agent, full stop. I'm telling you now. I've been doing this 6 years. I can't find one normal man or woman in Celebrityville. So anybody trying to tell me, I found one, get to... No, you haven't. Nobody can find one because we're not allowed. Which part of your second-rate citizenship are you not understanding? Because you're a legal name, they are legally allowed to lie to you. It's all fair and it's all above board because it's legal. It's discussed by dirty solicitors and lawyers and barristers all around the world. But the only way you can join that club is to become a Mason and pass the bar. Like Raich's eyes have been wrecked. His lenses on his eyes have been wrecked by giving him the wrong drugs when he went in. He'd hurt his eyes. And they gave him some medicine and it affected his eyes real bad. Not a single solicitor wants to pick up Raich's case. Not one of them. Because they're all past the bar and they don't want to sue their own kind. Square jaw, pointed jaw. Once you know the difference, just on a chin and a mouth alone, you can spot them. It's Anders Brezhnek's face right there, compared to Eileen Warnos, the only male serial killer. A serial killer is another one. Let's go back. So Anders Brezhnek, Gail, final answer. Julian Sands, Gail, look at that mince. There's a few of them. Julian Assange, come on, where are you? Look at this. Look at the size of that behemoth. Straight legs. Look at the size of them feet. Knees together. Same here, a little bloke with a massive bowling ball head. And right there, I got the hippie shakes. I don't let this drag me down the way they want it to, you know. It saddens me that they're doing this and have done it, and they do it to children, and they're still doing it to children. But the worst part for me is all the normal people, our friends and family, that don't care. They don't care. We're all nutters. I'm a lunatic. I'm a deranged man because I don't believe in satellites. Fact. That's what they think. I can prove satellites don't exist. They hang on balloons. NASA's the biggest buyer of helium in the world. Why?
because every satellite they use is on a balloon, 80-foot tall balloon. Julian Assange, I can't find the other gates, but I have done Julian Assange anyway. But all the people reporting, the witnesses, look, whoever these are, man, woman, in that order. Julian Assange, it's another one. It's another great big psyop for the masses. Look at them ski whiff legs. Couldn't walk straight if it tried. It reminds me of Satan Oakley there. Look at those arms akimbo. Look at the big hips. Look at the stride. One foot in front of the other. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. The whistleblowers are in on it. But they want us to know the truth. As far as I'm concerned, this is Revelations. People say it's the little season. And it's possible. If they added the number on to 1886 or 1776. Let's say they added the number on, it's actually 776. And then 200 years after, that'll be your reign's up this year, 2026. 1776 to 2026 is the little season over. If it's the little season, it'll be over this year. Coming. At the end of this year, it'll all be over. It'll all be exposed. Everything. Jesus will come once again for the second time, which I just find it mental. But I think I'm in Revelations. When I've listened to Scripture and the way it works, I don't think Satan's been loosed yet. I think these are all mimicking him for when he gets here. But if we are in the little season, 250 years according to the little season period, I have done my research, Connor, then next year is time up. 1,000 years reign for Satan, 1,000 years of peace from Christ and 250 years of Satan. That would be what we're living in now, if that's what's happening. I still think that we're in Revelations. However, this could be the little season. I'm not against the idea, but I still think I'm in Revelation, because I don't think anywhere else in mankind's history has man been allowed the truth the way we've got it. Look at Anders Brezhnev. Look at that open leg, knees apart. The idea that they've created themselves in Satan's image, as I showed Henley and Taylor was funny earlier on. The first picture I showed him, and it's the biggest, ugliest man face you could look at, he went, "That's a woman." And his three mates behind the side of him all looked at him and went, "What?" Because they could all see that it was a man, clearly a man. But just to, when people just want to be argumentative or just not be wrong, he outrightly said it was a woman. And his three mates, including Henley, who had his first look at this, realised it. What was I going to show you? I forgot. Oh, yeah, Baphomet. So I showed them this picture. The Baphomet, the occult pagan god. It's all paganism. There you go. You goat-head god. Your upside-down pentagram. Your pentagon. As above, so below. Let's get a bigger picture of it. Not the statue. Well, the statue will do. As above, so below. So the Lord's Prayer quite clearly says, "Let it be done on earth as it is in heaven." So you'd ask yourself the question, would God charge rent? No. Why is that? Why are we paying rent on earth then if we're God's children? Why is someone allowed to charge us to live here? Every other animal, and we're not animals, lives for free. Every other animal. We're the only ones who pay to live. Can you see the concept yet? Your brain has been hijacked. That you can't even have that thought. Why are we paying for food and housing when the Lord, God, gave us the land and everything on it, seed bearing fruit with seeds within itself to bear its own kind and repeat the cycle of life? It's a circle of life. That's what it is. Why are we not living that way? Why do we live in this democracy, this capitalist world? Because these people can dominate your mind that way. If you had no need for any of these things, electricity, gas, water, if it was all free the way God intended it to be, you wouldn't need these people overruling your minds. But as above, so below, that's not what's being done. As above being earth is being done as so below, as in hell. That's why this picture here, that's why you got this lightning bolt. Well, I say lightning bolt, it's an SS sign, isn't it? You know, from the collars of, well, Wernher von Braun, for instance. I showed this to Taylor, and Taylor couldn't see the tits. He couldn't see them until Henley and the others pointed it out. What has the devil got that you don't have? What does the devil have that you don't have as a man? And the answer is breasts. And his first answer was, his next answer to me was, the devil's a woman. Well, that's the brainwashing that women are evil. So automatically the devil's a woman. No, it's a man pretending to be a woman. The devil wears Prada. That means it's a man in a dress. Or as you like to call them, kilts. I don't hold my breath for any of these people anymore. I don't. What they've done to this world is unholy. And if you're happy with them doing it to the children, they've removed the breast in this one, look, because there's children now, I think. They might have got told off, I don't know. But a lot of them have still got the breast in them with the children present. Why has Satan got a pair of tits? Why has he got muscly male arms and shoulders, but breasts of a woman? Why does that look like a pair of bollocks and a shaft of a penis? And then what would be called the caduceus, right? The DNA spiral. Again, don't even get me started on DNA. Why would all this be present? Why is this all around? Why are these statues all around the world on public display in public places? Why are these statues on display in public places? The Baphomet revealed is exactly what I'm revealing to you. That this is a woman pretending to be a man. She had a breast chopped off. She didn't ask for it to be done. It was done against her will. She was done as a child. That's the part that really, really pains me in all of this, that she never got a chance to be a normal person, to have a normal life, to have what God intended her for her to have. Satan hijacked it. And whether they're controlled by MK Ultra and Tavistock Institute brainwashing, if they're controlled by that, then in God's eyes they're pretty much all right, right? Because they're being brainwashed to do it. If they're doing it of their own free will, as a grown Satanist, then on their head be it, on their soul be it, should I say. It's not on their head, it's on their soul. That's what God gave us all, a living soul. And it's eternal. Nothing's eternal, really. God's eternal. And he gives us a chance, if we've been decent people in living, to go on eternally as angels. So would you not like to be an angel? Which would you like to be? Would you like to be an angel, or would you like to be a Baphomet devil? It's up to you. You got free will. God gave you free will. I'm going to sit on the fence. It's not allowed. You got to choose, good or bad. Your choice. Truth or lies, your choice. You want to live in a world of lies, stay where you are. If you want to enter the kingdom of God, then you have to look within yourself and root out these lies and these liars. Root them out. From the root, get rid of it from your mind. Let your mind be free again. Let your heart wander freely. I wish I'd known all of this when I was 20. I wish Raish is so lucky that his heart is open. His mind is, it's not open, it's closed off. His mind is closed off. But it's only because he understands truth and lies. See, when you've got an open mind, these people can put anything in it. Nuclear bombs, dinosaurs, space. They've put loads of stuff in your open mind. You have to be open-minded. No, you don't. Not in this world. I've already been told it's Satan's world. Nothing has to be open-minded to me. The only thing I'm open to is God and his love. Because he gave it freely. He gave us everything freely. He gave us the land, he gave us the trees, he gave us the food. We've got 70, 80 years, if we're lucky, to work this out. My mum didn't work it out. My dad didn't work it out. My nana didn't work it out. Everyone before me, very few people before me have worked this out. I'm talking about natural people. These people are already in on it. They know the lie. So when they die, they already knew the truth. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. You knew God existed, but you worked for Satan. Are you a loony? God gave everything freely. And that's how I do this. I don't ask you for anything other than your time and your research. That's what I want from you. I want you to become dedicated at it so you can spot a woman when you see it. So that when you look at a picture of me, you'll know if I'm a man or a woman just by my face. You'll recognise the markers. Thin lips, wide cheekbones, large, low-pointed ears, set back, low-pointed ears, square jaw, right angle at the ear look, sloping back forehead, short sloping back forehead, rectangle shaped eyes with a brow bone overhanging my eye right into the corner, wide smile, just by looking at my face. Face not pushed down, face spread wide open. There are a lot of people out there that want to lie to you. Like the illusion the other week, faking the gate. She's a woman, full stop. When she walked to the camera, she looked like this. Away from the camera, she looked like this. When she walked back, she was trying to walk like a man with a space between her legs. But as we've already told you, because women's legs angle in like a Y shape, when a woman walks, her legs create, and there is no better picture, I don't think, than John Lennon walking. Which shows you what a woman looks like when she tries to walk with straight legs, look. That's what happens. Not on that degree, but that same thing happens when a woman tries to walk straight-legged. She can't walk straight-legged, look. Because her knees and feet angle out between 8 and 4 o'clock every single time. Men's knees and men's feet angle forward at 6 o'clock. But they don't want you to learn this. They don't want you. None of my teachers taught me like do I teach you. It was done in tidbits, small bits. Face training, most of it I've taught myself. All right, some bits were picked up from other people and teachers, I agree. But nobody went in depth into the skull the way I did. So that I could tell the difference between a wide-faced man and a long, narrow-faced woman. And it's so obvious to me now. Through these skulls. Granted, mine have got red triangles through them. Just to teach you the size and placement of faces. Men have bigger faces, full stop. Anders Breznik's an absolute psyop. So is Julian Assange. Edward Snowden. It doesn't matter who I look at. But in that one picture there, with the arms akimbo, the egghead, this one as well, problem. Once you see that gate there, feet in line, you have an answer. You have an answer. Anders Breivik. It's an absolute psyop. Let me put you in the back file. I'm sure I've done a... Jane Seymour from last night. There we go. Anders Breivik searching. Why does he look like the Grinch? Oh yeah, because Jim Carrey's a girl. Let's go back. That right there, that's your final answer. The gate. If you can't see that this is a woman's face, a bearded woman with a short skull, high set ears, no brow bone, the flat forehead, you've got to practice. But the gate will literally destroy any of these people's lies. And I can catch multiple gates. It's not just a one-off. It's multiple gates. That's a female Bigfoot. When I can catch multiple gates, I can see your pear-shaped dips, your arms akimbo, your shoulder tilted, and I know I'm looking at an egghead with a push-down face, a giant five head, widest in the hairline, no cheekbones, look. I'm done. And so should you be. You should all be trained by now. I shouldn't have to... I'm reciting to the choir. That's what I want to do. Recite to the choir. You all know it off by heart, and it's beautiful. And when people come in this chat and try and tell you the wrong things and the wrong lies, I applaud you for standing up for the truth, for valuing the truth and noticing these liars. Anders Breivik, there he is, there she is. And there you go. I still think it looks like Julian Assange, doesn't it? It really does look like Julian Assange. Right, there you go. Anders Breivik. Absolute psyop on the world, this one. Post. Let's come back to class. Open up a new one. Let me cut that out. So, every major story is a psyop. There are no exceptions. Anybody who wants to tell you that it's not all the serial killers, then put it in chat right now. Put up or shut up who you think is a real serial killer. Away you go. Because all serial killers get high profile news. There are no fake serial killers, real serial killers. There's none. There are real murderers. Oh yes, there are. But they're not serial killers. There might be mass shootings here and there where some nutter goes into a room and shoots a load of people. But the ones they show you, it's all lies. Anders Breivik. There you go. Create. I've been doing this 6 years. I've looked at all the major serial killers. John Wayne Gacy, the Boston Strangler, Ian Huntley, Myra Hindley, the Russian Cannibal. I've looked all over the place. Herschel, Herzog, all of them. German, it don't matter. They're all fake. They're all fake stories. Even when I go to Taffyland, what do they call them? What do they call them? Is it the Chamberlains? A dingo ate my baby ate my dingo, Annie. A baby ate my dingo. Baby ate my baby. A baby ate my dingo. That's the one. Baby ate my dingo. Dingo ate my baby. I only said it because of A4. Adam. I wonder if Adam was a girl. I'd know now if I saw your pictures. Apparently a dingo ate the baby. Baby ate my dingo. Oh gosh. It's showing me it all backwards. Dingo ate my baby. There you go. We'll get proper pictures of him this time. There you go. This dude here with the big shoulders. Look at that neck. Look at that's a She-Hulk. It's an absolute She-Hulk. Shim. It's a She-Him. And then the long-faced woman. Mark next door asked me, he went, Paul Hogan. He said, no, he didn't. He said, Crocodile. He said, Mick Dundee. Oh, Mick Dundee. Paul Hogan's a woman. We haven't done Paul Hogan. We should do Paul Hogan. We'll do Paul Hogan first. In honour of you, Taffy. There we go. We'll do Paul Hogan next. This story, again, it's not a serial killer, but it's another hoax that this family, as soon as you see that word there, as soon as you see that, it's game over. You got it? As soon as you see that, it's game over. Let's go back. There's some great gates of these two at court in these pictures, if I can find them. Michael MC 33. His marriage broke down. It's quite the arm. I'm not saying a woman can't have a long, slender arm, but that's not slender, is it? And those teeth are not exactly small. Look, it's a dude. That's 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 a dude. Look at the shirt and the collar that doesn't fit this woman, the egghead. And then look at that dude with the hard staring eyes right there. Square jawline. It's been feminized, but it's still square. There is a picture of him somewhere walking. I have looked at the Chamberlains. But it's the same thing. It doesn't matter which country I go to, whether it's Anders Breivik or the Chamberlains. They're going to put it in the names. That was another thing. I didn't show it. I should have shown it quickly. Anders Breivik. I can't believe I didn't show that picture. What an idiot. Mason. What's going on there? Why has he got an apron? Women wear aprons in the kitchen. Make us a sandwich, Annie. Can I have ham and mustard? There you go. Masons. Girls wearing aprons. What do you want me to say? It's a Mason. Game over. I forgot to mention. Dang it. Right. Paul Hogan. Let's start there. We'll have the first one as Paul Hogan. Then we'll do requests. Right. Paul Hogan. Two first names. Hogan knows best. Mama knows best. Paul Hogan. Images. Otherwise known as Mick Dundee. Crocodile Dundee. It's got to be one of the most... Is that a waxwork? I was going to say that's a waxwork. There's the real thing. Paul Hogan and the big Polish dude. What do they call him? Linda Kowalski. Paul Hogan looks almost unrecognisable at the age of 82. Yeah, because she's a woman, that's why. Like Ozzy Osbourne. Looks like she couldn't walk either. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? I used to love Paul Hogan. On 80s television, these two, that one used to make me laugh so much. On 80s television, as a child, bearing in mind we only had 3 channels in England, BBC One, BBC Two and ITV. Channel 4 come along and started showing us stuff from all around the world, stuff the other 3 didn't show us, and Hogan was on it. And as a young boy, I don't know, 10, 11, Paul Hogan and this one, I can't remember his name, used to make me laugh my head off. And I used to fancy him. Oh, I can't remember what his name is. What's his name? Real famous Australian, isn't it? Who's that, Annie? Who's that? What's his name? Riding along on your push bike, honey. That's when I saw you. Tell me, who's got the long egg-shaped face, look? Widest in the hairline. Who's got the egg-shaped face? And who's got the cannonball face with the big cheeks look like mine? Have I done Gene Wilder? Yeah, I have. I've done them all. Just search, look. You put my name, just Poncho Pete, son of man, look, there. And then you put, I don't know, Wilder. Gene. Why is that not coming up? Have I got to put Wilder in as well? Oh my gosh. I didn't think I had to do that. I thought I could just find them. I have done Gene Wilder, haven't I? Is it under the Richard Pryor? Wait, it might be under Richard Pryor. I might have done them both together. Pryor. I swear down I've done Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. I swear down I have. Maybe I haven't. I could have sworn I had. I haven't. No, I haven't. I thought I had. I could have sworn I did right at the start. Right, hang on. Let me finish Paul Hogan first. Paul Hogan, 2 first names. There's his original wife. Is that his original? No. Is it his original? No, that's his new one. Is that Linda? That's not Linda, is it? Linda Kowalski. The cast reunion. Look at the size of Linda Kowalski's head. A secret reunion with ex-wife Linda Kowalski. Is that Linda now? Oh my gosh, what a bloke. What a bloke. Linda Kowalski. I don't think we've done Linda Kowalski on video. There's your Getty Seal. The long-faced woman, smaller face, look. Wider head. The bigger face man, look. Paul Hogan. Let me put all that Paul Hogan into the back file real quick. 1 second. Hogan should find him. Hogan. Oops. Hogan. Search. Away it goes. We're looking at Linda Kowalski. Well, we're looking at Paul Hogan, should I say. Delvine Delaney. That's it. Oh my gosh. When I realised Delvine was a man, it really shook me because I just thought, all my life, I used to think this was gorgeous. He did a skit with Paul Hogan on a bike. Paul Hogan was doing riding along on your push bike, honey. And I thought that, yeah, this is him. Look at that neck. Look at them shoulders. I'm gutted. I can see it straight away now. But back then, that looked like a woman to me. If you follow the widest bit up on this leg though, look, watch. Beep, 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 beep. It's up there, look. It's above the crotch. And that's male. This is female for sure. Look at that shoulder tilt. But Delvine Delaney here, when I was a young lad, oh my gosh, I used to think that was gorgeous, but it's a bloke. Look, it's wide as above the crotch. Ha! Makes me want to puke, it really does. Is that him now? Is that what he looks like? Oh, look at... Oh my gosh! Anybody, and I mean anybody, who wants to tell you that the skulls don't work, show them that picture. Look, men have got bigger faces. Our eyes are bigger and further apart. Women's eyes are taller, look. Ours are wider. Women's are taller, but close set. Right? Just look at the eyes. Wide set eyes, big face. Close set eyes, small face. Got it? Just bear those features. Look. Wide set eyes, wonky wide set eyes, big face, look. Long face, close set eyes. But that's why I was laughing, because it's an instant fail. Bowling ball head versus the Tic Tac, the upside down egg, whatever you want to call it. It is so obvious. On the dentals alone, look at the narrow dental arch. 6 teeth on show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the fangs. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4 on show. It's not even smiling. If it opens up, you'll see 12. When a man opens up his smile, look, a woman opens up, you see 6. When a man is not opening up, I want a real proper smiley face one. Still not good enough. Look, 8, 10 teeth on show. When you get a full grin off him, you're going to see it. But this is what they did to men. Look at the wide-eyed man. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about... Oh, my gosh, that's too small. Where's that other picture? Have I lost it? There, I'm taking that picture. Did I save it already? No, I'm taking it. Perfect for school checking. When I see faces like that, looks like... Do you know what that reminds me, for the English people? That reminds me of John Noakes, the newsreader. And this one looks like the one that married Burt Reynolds. I can't remember his name. Lonnie Anderson. Lonnie Anderson. We're stuck in Clownville with these clowns. Look at this. Sales. Delvine tells my sex image. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say, you know, because I lusted after this man as a young boy. I lusted after that, thinking it was a girl. When it's not, it's a damn dude in disguise. And they're all in disguise. That's why they give themselves face masks and all that, because they're disguising men as women. Nikki Osborne playing Delvine Delaney in Odgers Channel 7. I don't know who that is. There's a problem though, wouldn't you say? Where do you want me to start? The wide eyes. Wide eyes, flat chested, no hips, long arms, straight male arms, big hands, just like this beastie. Look at that neck. Look at that fucking neck. What do you reckon that is? 10 inches. If this mofo was wearing a tie, look, the tie would be here. Yeah? The tie would sit there, right? You know where it sits, fellas. How long do you think the distance between the chin and the tie actually is? Look at it. It's a belter. That is an absolute belter of a neck, but yet it fooled all of Australia's men and young men. It fooled the world. This thing paraded around on television, scantily clad, and that's what the devil wants, right? He wants you into these rainbow colours, these rainbow dudes. That's what they want. They want you lusting after a man's body. Look at that neck. It's a belter. And the women, look. End play. Look at the long face on that man. The close set eyes. Look at the devil's faces. Look at that evil face in that kneecap. Oh, That literally looks like the devil. Delvine Delaney. I should have saved that for a different time. Let's go back to Paul Hogan. Paul Hogan's a woman, 2 first names. But this was all I had to look at. Look at that. Is that Princess Diana? It is. A big old bloke meeting Paul Hogan. He got to speak to him for a bit, didn't he? I wonder if Paul Hogan grabbed Princess Diana's tackle like he does in Crocodile Dundee. Is that that's not a woman, Mick. That's a dude. Is that Paul Hogan's daughter? I bet it is, right there. Suit don't fit, look. Tie hanging shabbily. Look at the collar hanging off that neck. All wrong. All wrong. Paul Hogan walking. That's from a movie. Female Bigfoot. Here's a real one. In line, wrong angle. Separation of the knee. Look how open that knee is. Look at him dragging that broken leg. Inline footfall on the daughter there. And again, both of them in line. Look. Look at the diamond between the legs on both of them. Still there. They're both women, both girls. Paul Hogan from Flamingo, look. Full mince on the daughter. There's a nice one. A full mince with diamond broken leg. Look at the diamond caused when a woman walks. Look at the slight shoulder tilt. Arms that don't pass the crotch, look. Yeah, we're done. Paul Hogan fails forensics. It's a girl, look. There. Game over. Paul Hogan with diamond, shoulder tilt, short arms. Yeah, it's a woman. Final answer. We're done. Let's close that window down. Let's close that one down. Let me go to there. Let me tweet Paul Hogan. There she is. Paul Hogan, 2 first names. Bink. And we're done. Right, let's come on to the lists. If we've got any. And see what you've been writing. Where are we? Let's go down here. Somewhere around here. Thierry Henry is the first one I can see. Jamie Lee Curtis. I've done Jamie Lee Curtis. Antonio Banderas. I've done that one as well, haven't I? Gerard Depardieu. That one's not been done. Right. Let's do Thierry Henry. 2 first names. Oh, Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry. 2 first names. Let me put that in the back. Copy. Back file. Search. Paste. Oh, dang it. I've just copied Hogan. Copy. Try again. Back file. Paste. And we're done. Thierry Henry. Searching. Let's go after you. It's a little girl. All footballers are women. We'll start with that little fake Adam's raisin implant right there, look. Right there. The cone in head, look how the head cones at the top. The closer eyes, open eye sockets, look. Open, rounded eyes. Tiny, high set ears. No cheekbones. Sloping jawline, look. Rounded chin, pointed chin, whatever you want to call it. Long top lip as well. Thierry Henry, widest in the hairline. Big, open eye sockets, look. Not closed in and rectangular like a man's. Open eye sockets. Skull check. Fail. Let's go Thierry Henry walking. Oh, I didn't cut out Paul Hogan. 1 second. Totally forgot to cut out Paul Hogan. Paul Hogan. 2 first names. Bink. Right. There's Paul Hogan uploading. Right, let's come back to you. Thierry Henry walking. There's an inliner with a Getty seal. It's a woman. Arm akimbo, look. There's a nice one. In line, wrong angle. Feet and knees pointing towards 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock. And again, with a Getty seal. With diamond. Look at the diamond shape. Men don't walk like this. Men walk with straight legs. My gate. So, it's quite easy to see. I have straight legs. My knees stay together. I've got a space between the feet. We've done the face. When you can find multiple pictures of straight legs, knees together, space between the feet, you have a man, don't you? I've taught you this. If you want to compare me, then compare me. These are the women of Hollywood. They all walk and descend stairs just like that silhouette, just like me. They all walk like me, just there. If you want to compare me to the females in this world, cross legs, one after the other. Bruce Willis, Barack Obama, Adam Driver, whoever. It don't matter, Mick Jagger. It don't matter who you compare me to. I walk like the female celebrities. It really is that simple. I put plenty of my pictures up there. This is Josephine. Look how much that skull does not fit my head. It doesn't. My head doesn't bellow outwards, look. It caves inwards. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Next. That was me just on green screen recording for Flat Earth. Look how flat my back is. Look how non-existent my ass is. Flat ass. Man. Wide, huge, beefy bicep, long arm, look. Arms that come right down past my crotch, look. See? That's my ass there, look. Flat as a pancake. Flat as a pancake. Flat ass. Flat ass. Flat ass. Up and down pencil body. Long, muscular arms. That's my waist right there. Back in the day, when I got fit, I trimmed down, and that is exactly what I look like. That's my waist right there. That's my body. You think that's childbearing hips? You got to be kidding me. Straight everything. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. There you go. So you got people out there who are trying to lie to you. Okay? Until they've shown their face like I have, until they've been skull checked, until you've seen their real gates, why do you listen to these people? You know? It's an absolute joke. Especially after you've been trained by me. To tell me that it's not all of them. Joke. You must be taking the piss, surely. I've been doing this 6 years. I've got 41,000 posts on Twitter. All of them on this subject, virtually. Oh, I've covered flat earth and dinosaurs and stuff, little bits. But this is my main subject. Because it shows me who the liars are. Not only does it show me who the liars are, it shows me why they lied. Because they're recreating themselves in the image of the devil. Myself and yourself, if you're a natural, were created in the image of God. And it makes these people apparently very angry that we are normal, natural people. That they want to degrade us, degrade society, erode the kindness and the love in this world, and berate God at every chance they get. There is no God. You descended from monkeys. They want you, when you're dead, when you take that last breath and you get up to heaven and you realise God's not going to ask for rent. He's not going to ask for anything because all he wanted was a thank you. That's all God asked for. Repent for the things you've done. Say sorry and thank him for the life you still got. It's a horrible world. I agree, folks. But it's people like you that make it bearable. Just remember that. It's people like you that have got kindness that will go out the way above and beyond the Call of Duty, I call it, to do things that aren't necessary, but you do them anyway. Out of the kindness of your heart. You don't want paying for it. You just did it. And that's what this is for me. It was my duty to do it. And not to charge any one of you a single cent for the truth. Because that's what it is. I am not getting to God and having him tell me, you charged someone £1 for Thierry Henry's gate. For his meme, sorry. You've been charging people. You discovered 20,000 flip celebrities and then you started charging people £1 a meme to look at them. When you received all your information for free, Peter. You didn't pay for a single a bit of information. It was all given. Mr. E gave it free. All right, they all asked for donations, but the information was still given to me for free. For me to consume. So it's only fair that I pay it forwards for free. See, there's nothing on earth that I want. All the things I want are in heaven. I want to be with my mum and dad. I want to say sorry to them both for not realising where I was. I want to forgive my father for putting me in hospital when I was 12 years old. We never had that chat, me and my dad. He was too afraid of it. Because he knew in his heart of hearts, you should never hit a child the way he hit me. That's why I've never laid a finger on Raish. He's 19 years old and never laid an hair on his head. Never once. God made it simple to see. Okay? Women walk with a diamond showing and the feet and the knees point out towards 8 and 4 o'clock. It's a woman, final answer. Thierry Henry, 2 first names. There were plenty of pictures of Thierry Henry in full mints. There's another one wrong angle. That bodyguard right there, she looks funny. She's got big hips. Let's put street in. Let's catch him on the street real quick. Street. There. From Flamingo, broken leg. Knees apart. And again, from Flamingo, broken leg. Look at the broken leg. Look at the diamond that forms between all of these pictures. You see, if I was a woman, you'd catch this in my frame, but you can't catch that. Oh, dang it. You can't catch that in my frame because I'm a man. You can't give me a wide bellowing forehead because I'm a man. You can't give me a small mouth because I'm a man. You can't draw my eyes closer together and make my eyes open and rounded because I'm a man. Right here, look at that tic-tac shaped face. That looks like David Beckham. All day long, it's a woman. Hands in her pockets to hide the size of her hips. They're so conscious about their hips. They really are, lot. They're so conscious of the hips. Arms akimbo. Large female midsection. And there it is. Thierry Henry's chicken nom nom. Look at the size of that arse cheek. I would love to motorboat. Thierry Henry's ass. I'm kidding you, bearded woman. But you do catch my drift, right? It's a juicy chicken nom nom on a really fit girl who looks like a bloke. We're done. Thierry Henry, thanks for playing CSI with me. Next. Let's get rid of that. Let's open up that. Let's go back to this. Let's tweet that. And let's open that. Thierry Henry, you should be there. And you are. Paste. Thierry Henry. 2 first names. Done. Next. Jamie Lee Curtis already been done. Banderas, I've already done that one as well, I'm sure I have. You're winding me up, you keep asking for the same ones. Catherine Zeta-Jones, that one. Have I done Catherine Zeta as well? I could have sworn I did. Did I do it? Maybe I didn't. I'm thinking of something else. We looked at it the other day though, didn't we? Catherine. No, we can do Catherine Zeta-Jones then. From the valleys. Come from Wales. There we go. Catherine Zeta Jones. Keeping up with the Joneses. Thierry Henry. Paste. Create. Done. Next. Catherine Zeta. It's a dude. Look at the ugly face on. I used to think that was pretty. Life hasn't been very kind to me lately. Look at those cheekbones. Look at the large, pointed back, low set ears that line up with the lips and the mouth look. Deep set eyes, thick brow bone, short sloping back, forehead lock. The male skull. When it was younger, it passed more fluently. I agree. Darling buds of May. I didn't notice the male neck, the male jawline, the deep set rectangular eyes, the drawn on eyebrows. I didn't notice any of this when I was a young man. I didn't notice that Catherine Zeta-Jones has got a bigger face than the old granny, Michael Douglas, 2 first names. I can't imagine what attracted you to the multi-millionaire Michaela Douglas there. But the eyes alone. Wide eyes, close set, rounded eyes. Look how open the eye socket is. Look how closed in that eye socket is. 34, 44. It looks like Salma Hayek. I've got a place to put Mama's spicy meatball on both of those pictures. Absolute crane dranium. There are people out there who tell you that's not the same person. That's a clone. They've cloned her out. I don't believe any of that. I really don't. It's a man. It's always been a man. It's gone under loads of different surgeries and hormone treatment and facelifts and nips and tucks and ears and clavs. They've had so much done to them that they don't look like the original person anymore. And that's all I'm seeing. I don't see clones. So the idea is ridiculous to me. Look at the size of that dude there. He's a beast, isn't he? He had 3 shredded wheats for breakfast. They're all vampires. They all look literally like him. They look like the Addams family, don't they? Diddle-it, 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 diddle-it. Because men have got small faces and women... there you look. Look at the small face. Look at the big face. Look at the bowling ball sized head. Look at the egg shape or tic-tac shaped head, whichever you want to call it right there. Do you know what he looks like? He looks like Donald Trump and Melania, doesn't it? Looks like Melania. Male digit ratio, look. Ring finger longer than the index. He looks like the Walking Dead there. He literally looks like he's a vampire. And people are like, no, it's because they've stopped his adrenochrome. Don't talk shite. Again, talking about something that just, it doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. The idea that God would leave a chemical in a child that these monsters could drink, stick a straw in a kid and drink the blood, is just utter shite. It really is. Adrenochrome. And apparently, adrenochrome only works until you get to 60. Oh, you mean like real life? Your youth starts to deteriorate. Like now, I'm in my 50s. My youth's going away from me. I'm hitting my moonlight years. When I get into my 60s and 70s like this, I'm going to look drained. I'm going to look old. Because all my cells are finished. I've had my life. And I'm grateful for it, Father. As much as it's been a horrible ride, it's also had a lot of fun and love and laughter in it. I've met more great people at the end of my life than I have through the whole 50 years before it. In the last 3 years alone, I've met more great people, not just online, but in real life, because I have different conversations now. Before I'd have talked about Love Island or whatever. I'd have been space and whatever. Now I talk about real things with real people. And you know it almost instantly, whether you're talking to a drongo, an absolute mong chop that couldn't add 5 and 5 together, or you're talking to someone who's a bit more articulated, can carry a heavier load. And when I meet those people, no matter what age they are, I love to offload this topic on them. I really do, because they see it straight away. It's a wonderful gift being able to see these monsters. They are monsters. What they've done to the world. They can sit. Look at how many teeth are on show. They can sit and smile, and they apparently we wear the finest clothes, we eat at the finest restaurants, we drive the finest cars, and live in the finest neighborhoods. And it's all by design, by Satan's design. Their leader, their corrupt liar, the original liar, leads them. And you're happy with your life. You're happy with the lie. You're happy with the lie you've been sold, right? Then so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. Michael Douglas, 2 first names, a female Bigfoot. He looks like... I can't remember his name. It's the hairdo that's doing it. He looks like someone. I can't remember who it is. On the faces alone, you can fail them, right? The big male face on the right, the bowling ball head there with a strong neck, look, and the broad shoulders, flat chested, versus the squashed down tic tac face. Look, it's been squashed down. It's not spread wide. This one is spread wide. Look, this one is pushed downward. Look, by the 5 head. Men have short sloping foreheads like me. Women have big eggheads. We're done. Catherine Zeta-Jones walking. Let's put you in the back file, Catherine. Well, I think Jones will find you, actually. Jones. Done. Search. Searching. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Legs. Let's go for it. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. He walks like me. Look, he walks like me. Jared, I love your work. Straight legs, knees together, he walks like me. Again, straight legs. Problem in the picture. Is that the same picture? It's not. Straight legs, knees together. There's another one. Straight legs, knees together. Look at the size of them feet. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. You're living a lie, folks. It's not just the celebrities. It's the serial killers. They're not real. It's all fake. It's the psyops. They're running in every town and city to put everybody in fear. And then some of the stories they pass worldwide to put the whole world in fear. Catherine Zeta-Jones, straight legs. That looks like a ding dong. It's a very strange vagina you've got there. Straight legs, knees together. Michael Douglas, full mince, arms akimbo. Look at the offset M. We've mentioned it lots of times now. I want to thank God for all the insights he gives me. I really do, Father. Every clue you've given me to this. The ones that I wasn't told about, like this letter M. The ones I've seen on my own. I want to thank you for giving me the insight. And the patience, Father, to do this, because it took a lot of patience. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. We're done. Catherine Zeta-Jones is a bloke. Final answer. Let's add that one up. Let's chase that one down. There it is. Jones. Catherine should be A, B, C. There somewhere. There it is. Oh, we've got a couple of them. That doesn't look like Catherine Zeta-Jones. That is not, I don't know. Caris Zeta-Jones. Oh, that must be his son. It is. There's Catherine. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Mrs. Jones. There you go. Let's get rid of Catherine. Let's chuck another one up there. Where were we? I've done that one. Where are we? Gerard Depardieu. I haven't done that one. Let's do Gerard Depardieu. That one. Gerard Depardieu. Let me just cut Catherine Zeta-Jones out. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Upload. Right, next is going to be Gerard Depardieu. Oh, my wee shitty. Look how close together those eyes are. Look at the sloping jawline, fake chin. Look at the fake chin. It's wonky. It's not even straight. Small dentures. Soft eyes. She's got a big nose. She must come from that country I'm not allowed to mention. Look at the state of those two. Look at those cheekbones. Hard-faced bitches. And there's my woman, look. Closer eyes. Far apart eyes. Far apart eyes. Far apart eyes. Oops. Absolute oops. Gerard Depardieu. It's a woman. Final answer. How do I know? Because the face is too small. Only a woman has a small face pushed downwards. Absolutely melted by the five head. And that's exactly what I've got here. The face is melted by the five head. Small triangle, look. Gerard Depardieu. Woman. Widest in the hairline. Dial M for Masons. Close set. Rounded eyes. Look how open the eye socket is. Arched eyebrow. Not very much eyebrow, but arched. High set ears. Small mouth. Small dental arch. No neck, look. Literally no neck. No shadow casting. He looks like Tommy Boy. He looks like Tommy Boy. Egghead, look. Close set features of a woman. And of course, the Getty seal. No way. No, I won't be quiet. You got no chance. You got no chance. I will not be quiet, Gerard. Now I know the truth. I'm a trumpet for God. Look at the state of those lips. Tell me, which one of them's got the bigger mouth? Look at them big red lips. Makeup. They made it to hide men. Not make women pretty. They made makeup to hide men. It's pretty simple. We look at Gerard Depardieu. Sigourney Weaver. He's a big fella, isn't he? Look at those clavicles. He reminds me of someone. He really does. Someone I know. And they've got son in the name. Oh, if you're a dude, Thing is, right, I spoke to the sister, and the sister's a girl, even though she's really big. She's like my brother's daughter. She's really big. The sister I spoke to stands taller than me. She must be 6 foot. She's a big girl, but everything about her is still girly. You know, the face, the eyes, the sloping clavicles and the small shoulders, the big hips, the big bum. She's still a girl, but a sister, I want to say a brother, a sister is so big. He's a 6 footer as well, the sister. They're both big. Mind you, Dad was big. Dad was big, Mum was small, and I've known them all my life. But I don't know of any family that does this, that only inverts one child and leaves the other two normal. I don't know of any family. Everywhere we've looked, especially in celebrities, they're all flipped. And because I know that Amanda's flipped, the one that gave me a love bite when I was 14, then it raises the question, is Amanda's sister also flipped? And as I recall, she's a 6 footer as well. I guess I'm going to have to wait till I get to heaven to find out these things. When God shows me it all for what it actually is. The satanic lie that we're all living in. I guess I'm going to have to wait. Heaven can wait, as the film goes. Has he got a missing tooth? What's going on there? He's got a gold tooth. Is it a gold tooth? I've got no idea. Douchebag of the week goes to Gerard Depardieu. Becoming land of stinky cheese populated by fools. Is he talking about his own country? Her own country. Look at that long face. FTM walked into the bar and the bartender said, "Why the long face? Why the long face?" Gerard Depardieu walking. Let's put you in the trash can. Back file. I didn't put you in the back file. Let's do that quickly. Gerard. Search. Oh, it's only 1 hour. Dang it. I'll tell you what. Let's put... Actually, it might find it anyway. It's a lot. If it don't find it, we'll put a Depardieu. Well, that's a big girl, isn't it? That one. Shit in the bed. That is massive. That is a big. That is a big girl. Why is Gerard holding on? Oh, he's a bodyguard. Of course she is. That is a big girl, isn't it? Even Gerard's looking up at her thinking. La petite. This is not petite. A broken leg right there, straight-legged boy, son, whatever, daughter, Roxanne. That's a Roxanne. He's a big fella, isn't he, Roxanne? Gerard with a shoulder tilt, no neck, and a broken leg. Look at that diamond formed right there. I'm sure there's better ones than that. I've got some minces on Gerard, I'm sure. There's a nice one. Inline footfall, female Bigfoot. Outwards, look. Whereas this one, forwards, look. Knees together versus knees apart. Do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of The Rock's son. Reminds me of The Rock's son. Again, in line, bodyguard woman. Big hips, Gerard. Look at the size of those hips. Again, diamonds on both. Did we find Gerard in the back file? Let's have a look. Gerard Butler, Gerard Depardieu. There she is. She's a woman, by the way. Brink. Actually, let's put both of those in. Why not? Gerard Depardieu. Paste. No, it's Thierry Henry. Balls. 1 second. Gerard Depardieu. I love saying that now. Gerard Depardieu. There we go. Paste. We're done. Post. Let's come back to class. Let's get rid of that. Open up a new one. Where am I? Gerard Depardieu. Gene Wilder. Yeah, let's do Gene. I could have sworn I'd done Gene Wilder. It's so annoying. Do you know what? I've got to double check it. It's really annoying me. Wilder. No, it's not coming up. I could have sworn I'd done it. It's really annoying. Alright, let's go back to the top. Gene Wilder. Instantaneous. It's a woman. Oh, hang on. I didn't cut out Gerard Depardieu, did I? No, I didn't. Let me just cut out Gerard. 8 minutes. Too nicely. Paste. Gerard Depardieu. Done. Are you going to bed, Annabelle? Sweet dreams, my love. There we go. Gene Wilder. It's an egg-faced woman. Look how rounded the eye, how close and rounded the eyes are. It's a small triangle. It's a wide head. Images. There's only a couple of gates on this one, though. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you when you're young at heart. Look at the grandma. The long face. This, as you know, the chances of forensics getting it wrong, it's a 50-50. When you're looking at people, you got a 50-50 choice. Not 274 different choices, like they'd have you believe. 274 different genders. Shut up. There were 2, boys and girls. It's a 50-50. That's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 whether you're looking at far apart male eyes or close set women's eyes. Once you know the difference, that is. And when you look at this face, you see that small triangle, the deep philtrum, the pink lips, the sloping jawline, the small chin, the very feminine essence that is coming off this picture. Not just because she's holding a flower, but just look at the eyes. It's soft, staring eyes. It's not like a man glaring at you. And again, this woman lived the high life. Look at the shiny estrogen-filled eyes. Live the high life at your expense. You honoured and adored this woman and other people like him here. You were fooled, and yet you worship the ground they walk on. Like, for example, fans of, I don't know, let's just say Dolly Parton. You've been fooled. Not only have you idolised a man all your life, a man with boobs, you've insulted your creator. That what he created, natural man and woman, isn't good enough. That's what Satan says. Satan says this isn't good enough. He wants to swap them. You're telling me God, in all his wisdom, didn't know what he was doing? They should have left this girl alone, but they didn't. They made it look like a boy. They didn't turn it into a boy. I keep saying that. It's not. They made it look like a boy. But once you can see past the makeup and the short hair, the fake male body, the woman's right there looking back at you. Look, really soft, beautiful eyes. She looks quite pretty, doesn't she? And again here, I see that beautiful, soft, doughy eyes. Look at the open eye sockets. Look how open they are. Look how rounded they are. Look how close they are. I see this soft, doughy face. And, you know, it kind of confuses everyone, right? That's what they're after. Blurring the lines between male and female, between truth and lies. And that's what they're good at. Satan's been doing it. He was the first lie teller. And he's good at lying. The only thing is, when you learn a topic, when you properly research it yourself, research means to go back and research all the information, make your own decision, not to look at someone else's research and say, oh, that's what it is. You're supposed to know the topic inside out and backwards. So that if anyone questions you on this subject, you can answer them just the way I do. With forthright answers that they can't go anywhere with. Because it leaves them looking like idiots. Like earlier on, when Taylor said that German politician was a woman, the three lads that have looked at this book with me, all of them started laughing at him. And he felt, you know how when you say the world's flat and everyone laughs around you, he felt like that. It was the reverse for him. The difference is when you're telling a flat earther and you're laughing at a flat earther, the flat earther washes it off their back like a water off duck's back. Because I know I'm telling the truth. It's you that can't decipher the truth or learn the lies. Or you don't want to. You're part of the lie. Which has happened many times. I've argued with many of these flip-flops through Flat Earth, Facebook, Twitter. You're arguing with these people. They don't care if the world's flat or not. They just care that you know that it's flat and they want to mock you. And get others, naturals around you to mock you. And that's what's happened for most of us. Our family and friends have mocked and, you know, scorned us. But they've done no research. We have. Read my comment above. What comment? Where? Where am I looking? Did you mark it to me? You didn't mark it to me. So where am I supposed to look? Oh my gosh. I've got to look for your picture now. My eyes are old, my wheezing ick there. Oh, there it is. I discovered that my granddad on my mum's side was trans lesbian couple in HK, Hong Kong. They transgendered my aunt, not my mother. Same on my dad's side. Just one child. Was 1930. Well, maybe that's how far it goes back. Maybe that's what they did. They offered this incentive out to certain families to transgender the children. I've got no idea. But my problem with that is, right, Rach, back in the day, any idea of doing that to a child would have been frowned upon, surely. They frowned upon gay people. They used to put them in mental institutes, right, for being gay, so... I can't tell you how many of these people are in the world. I can tell you that all celebrities are secretly transgendered. All of them. That's the serial killers, the politicians, you name it, they're all transgendered. If they're on the main stage, it's all transgender. So we're in millions of people because it's worldwide. It has to be millions and millions of people, if not tens, hundreds of millions of them, to pull off this master plan. And it is a master plan that they've done, right? It's the Albert Pike 3 world wars and then total lockdown, and that's what they're going for, the 3rd World War right now. Albert Pike was a woman, and that's, I don't know, when's Albert Pike? 1800s, 1700s? I'm not sure. 1800s pictures of him, right? Mind you saying that Lincoln had a picture, and that was 1700, so it might have been earlier. I don't care. But the Scottish Rite, Freemasonry, spread across the world. Men wearing dresses, kilts as they call them in Scotland. Men wearing dresses. Through my own research, it allegedly started. Remember, they've left these history for me to learn, so I can't take any of it as truth. But according to history, it started in India. All this castration and all of this. They call them hydras. I don't know how you pronounce it. You can go look it up. And then it became molly houses, temple prostitutes, Kardashians, or as they called them, Kadoshes. The British Indian Tea Company, which just the name Tea Company, even though most people drink tea, right? I mean tea, as in Thai food, PG tips, Yorkshire. We're not taking out. We're talking proper tea, as in tea drink, not tea leaves, not tea as in testosterone. The Indian Tea Company might have paraded around under the pretense of being a tea company, but maybe they were exporting this all around the world. India was one of the biggest grab points for them. If they were exporting it to India, then this didn't come from India, did it? If they exported this idea, this idealism into India, then Indians weren't the first ones to start chopping off the balls and everything. But again, it's their history. It's not ours. We only have the present to go by, right? It reminds me of Justin Trudeau. Oh, this one looks like him as well. They've got the same eyes. The Enzo Ferrari eyeballs look. Big, open, rounded eye sockets look. They're not really arched eyebrows, I know, but the eyes give them away. The soft face. Very similar. It's because you're looking at the same school, nothing more. They might be family, I'll give you that they are son and daughter, mother and daughter or whatever. But that's the best I'm going to give you, that the lookalikes. Not that the cloning, not that the same person. Right, Gene Wilder. I love Blazing Saddles. I like Willy Wonka too, but Stay Crazy was another good one that they made. But that one there, when I first watched the cowboys farting round the fire, I literally died laughing. It was like when I showed Horatio Dusk Till Dawn, and he's got a gun shaped like a willy and balls. When he clicks his button, he's like the crotch on his pants open up, and there's a gun shaped like a cock and balls there. When Horatio first saw that, his laughter alone lightened up my life. I've never heard a kid laugh so much. It reminded me of myself watching Frank Spencer or something when I was a kid. Me and Raish had so much fun as he grew up. I showed him stuff that made me laugh. I gave him an intellect not to be scared of scary movies. When someone's shouting at you, don't be scared of them, son. Shouted at him a lot, so he knew what it was like to be shouted at. And once he was used to someone shouting, when I shouted at him, it didn't bother him, you know? Which was a bit of a downfall because I wanted him to do something. He wouldn't do it. But in that respect, when the teacher shouted at him, "The earth's not flat!" he wouldn't be scared. He'd keep talking right back at that teacher. Prove it to me. Stop shouting at me. Stop getting mad. Prove to me that I'm spinning. Prove to me that there's a thing called bendy water. And just like me winding up the ballers online and in real life, when he said that to the teachers, show me bendy water. Because his next response is, water's level. You're an idiot. You shouldn't be a teacher. What you need is your degree rewriting in liquid diarrhea and putting back above the fireplace. Sir. And he did it to loads of teachers. He told loads of teachers that. That's why he was a problem child, because he knew the truth. But the likes of our friends and family don't want to teach their children that. Don't want the children to be boisterous at school or self-thinking, self-aware. I wanted a ratio to know that God was a real, that he exists. His concept of God is not the same as mine, and that's fine, just as long as he knows there's God. And I've said it all the time. It doesn't matter who your messenger was. Did you get the message? When they said when the student said to Jesus, the teacher, the rabbi, when they said to him, "You're a good teacher," Jesus says, "No one's good except for God. Don't worship me, worship the Father." From my hero. Gene Wilder. There's not many gates. I'm sure there isn't. My meme's only got one on it, I think. Look at the ski with legs there. Trying to walk like a man, look. They have great difficulty pulling it off. Gene Wilder. No good to me. That's a nice inline. Is that his parents? Quacker's Fortune has a cousin in the Bronx. Gene Wilder in. No. I'll know it when I see it. I think there's only one gate for Gene Wilder. I'm sure there is. Is that it? That's not it, is it? No, that's a pose. That's a posture. Oh, I'm going to have to put you in the back file, aren't I? Wilder. Wait. Do you know, I've got such a feeling that I've already done this. It's really annoying me. Gene Wilder. When was that posted last? Oh, it's not even coming up. Oh no, there it is. June the 28th this year. June, August. It was a month ago. Have I just wasted my life? Please don't tell me I have. Where are we? Open that. Videos. Go back 1 month. Already there's hundreds of these videos, isn't there? I told you I'm the fastest transvestigator in the world. There's already hundreds of these videos made. You got a cute way of talking. Do 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 do. Jimi Hendrix, I felt Jimmick. Sigourney, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 4 weeks. This is where it should be if it's there. July 28th. Maybe 5 weeks would be better. 1 month ago. Here we go. Snoop Dogg. Lotto winners. I swear if it's here I'm going to cry. Why is it not coming up when I search it? I've just got such a memory of doing it just recently. What am I looking for? Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder. I swear they're here. It's really annoying me. You just made me do them again if they are. I swear it's here. I know it is. I've got such a memory of doing it and posting them one after the other. Knackers to it, I can't be bothered. Right, where are we? Gene Wilder. It's a woman. I can't find the gates there. Wilder back file. Are you there? Gene Wilder, there she is. 1 gate. Let's repost it again. how it started, how it went, how it's going. Oops. Gene Wilder. There you go. Let's post it here. Gene Wilder. Yes, Gerard. There we go. Gene Wilder. That took ages. What's talking? Wilder. Gene Wilder. Create. There you go. Gene Wilder. Done. Right, let's come back. Richard Pryor. I swear I've done this. Literally. It's winding me up because I've got a memory of doing this already. Right, it's an egghead. Final answer. Sloping jawline, small mouth, open eye sockets. Very pretty girl. She would have been a very pretty girl. Funny pretty girl. If they'd left her. Stay crazy. How funny was that movie? Who is that? Is that Richard Pryor's son and daughter? All about his sons and daughters. Oh, we're done, aren't we? Major pro. Look at that squashy face. He looks like the boxer. Not Mayweather, the other one. Looks like Cuba Gooding Jr. as well. And there's the boy. He looks like Gilda. Radner Gilda. What do they call it? I can't remember what they call him. There we go. Right. Richard Pryor. It's an egg-shaped face. It really is. No knuckles, look. And there it is. Absolute egg-shaped face, rounded, open eye socket, small nose, no cheekbones, high set ears, small mouth, sloping jawline, pointed chin. Richard Pryor walking. I think there's only a couple of them. There's a nice inliner. Pryor back file. Searching. We only posted this a month ago anyway. No gates. Walker is in walking as well. Knackers to it. Let's go there. Pryor. It's got one, but it's not a meme. Anytime today. I could swear there it is. I know I've done a Richard Pryor. There it is. Took your time finding it. Richard Pryor. Done. And there's the gates. There's 2, 3 of them. That one's the nicest one with a shoulder tilt. Who bad? And there. You'd have to go to video, and I cannot be bothered, I'm telling you. I know it's a woman. I don't need to go find any more gates. I'm quite happy with the investigation as it is. Richard Pryor, let's cut you out as well. Marla, what are you doing down there licking at my feet, you div? Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor. There you go. That's them 2 done. Time is it? How long have we been going? 2 hours and a half. Do you know what? I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. Yeah. I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. Just remember, God loves you, folks. He really does. He wants you to know that you were born into and inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy, turvy, world. It's all of them. Good night.